Forza Ferrari, Forza Ferrari. Morning, boys. Welcome to Friday's Strum. Plan for today is Mexican Grand Prix, swiftly followed by season finale in the realistic RTG is the plan. That's where we sit right now. We also sit 4 points only behind a certain Lando Norris at the top of the table. So we are gunning for that driver's title, and we could go back top of the standings if we have a good weekend here. So fingers are very much crossed. Let me change the board behind me so that it references the Mexican Grand Prix that we're at today. How many people haven't seen Sprint Quali yet? So I don't want to spoil anything for anyone. Mexico flag is green, white, and red, isn't it? Doobie doobie doo doo doo. Yes, happy Friday indeed, Ryan. I hope you're well, mate. Morning, Chris. Thank you to BK Whitefleet and Rhino for the follows whilst we were offline. Thank you very much indeed, Naka Joe, for the 7th month in a row and 34th month total. Made that 9 months in a row, and that will be 36 and a new 3-year badge for you, mate. Appreciate that, Joe. Thank you very much indeed. How are we, lads? Fully dry in Mexico, thankfully. I think we changed the parts at the end of the last... Yeah, we did, at the end of the last one. This could be a belter. It could also go horribly wrong. What have we done in Mexico previously? Mexico last year was 4th. DNF. And in the Haas, 14th. Okay. Well, 4th last year is promising, isn't it? Can't remember exactly how that 4th came about, but... yeah, we're in a hell of a title fight here, gents. We're in a hell of a title fight. Right, let's not hang about, shall we? Let's just get straight into it today. Just get recording immediately. And we'll just jump straight into it this morning, because we've got no time to waste. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Mexican Grand Prix. We head to Mexico City to potentially be able to go back top of the world drivers' standings after a fantastic United States Grand Prix for us, really. After not expecting to do well at all, we got all the luck in the world to see our two title rivals score between them a single point in the main Grand Prix. They picked up points in the sprint in Austin, but we got a banging P4 in the Grand Prix, and the drivers' title race looks like that right now. 4 points only between myself and Lando Norris at the top of the standings. Charles Leclerc only another 15 points back. It is very much a three-way fight right now. We finished 4th in Mexico last year in the Ferrari, so we know that we can do well here. Whether we can replicate that or not, we will find out in due course, but it's fully dry, so should be no real concerns with weather or tyre wear or anything of that sort. It should hopefully just be a straightforward weekend. So there is some promise. You've got to be either rapid in a straight line or really good in the middle sector. Finding the balance between the two never really seems to work. I think we prioritise quick in a straight line. If we were playing Creator Series and driving online against others, I'd probably prioritise the middle sector and tyre wear as a result. But for the AI, got to be quick in a straight line. So we'll be quick in a straight line, and hopefully quick enough to get ourselves a decent haul of points and go back above Lando. All we need to do now, effectively, in the remaining Grand Prix, is just finish anywhere in front of Lando in any race for the remainder of the season, and we will win the driver's title. Easier said than done, though. So let's head to Mexico, practice well, and hopefully bring back the points and take home P1 again. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying the save and looking forward to this season finale that's not too far away now. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, you won't miss out on any more. And I'm going to dive straight into the action. Ole, ole, ole. How are we, Jordan? Right. Let's do time management on the hard players. 95 laps the hards will do. It's definitely a medium hard one stop, isn't it? No question of that at all.
test is all about tyre management. Try to wow,
I wasn't paying attention.
Impact. Let me know you're okay.
Oh, it's doing something on Discord. Good start. And we'll stay on track this time. Eye test today. We're going out of focus with blind spots. I think I need an eye test as well. Out of focus with blind spots doesn't sound great. Do you have glasses already, Jordan? No, something that's only occurred in the last couple of weeks. Oh, okay. Yeah, right idea to get yourself tested. Get your eyes done. Have a look and see if there's any issue in there. They're saying you could go to the GP, but they'd probably say, oh, go to the optician and get your eyes tested. Anything they find at the optician will get past your GP anyway, wouldn't it? So. Banging. Car felt alright on that lap, even on the hard tyres. Predictions for the F1 weekend. Really not sure after sprint quali. Really not sure at all. Very difficult when you can't see half the car in front of you at night. Yeah, that's not great, George. Fingers crossed everything's alright, mate.
Okay, we need a few solid laps here to help us calculate a good race strategy.
Thought their brake lights were out, then you moved your head and that's when you noticed. Wow, that must have been quite scary actually. Yeah, absolutely the right thing to do. And if there is an issue, then getting on it quickly is obviously going to help nullify any potential longer term effects. Car feels good. Quite happy with the setup right off the bat in terms of the balance. Just a case of whether it's fast enough or not. That's going to be the deciding factor. Oh. Medium tight. The race is 71 laps long here in Mexico because it's such a short lap. So it's a long one in terms of distance and lap count. Even though they're all the same distance, you know what I mean. But the hard tyres could do the full race distance on their own. They'll obviously be very slow at the end, but it's possible to do that. So it's probably going to be a medium hard one stop or a hard medium one stop. Either or. One millisecond fast. How's that for consistency? Yeah, fantastic result in sprint quality, wasn't it? The gaps as well involved with Max 18 milliseconds off Lewis, and then Piastri within a tenth as well. Lando made a mistake, but he'd have been right up there too. Bodes well for tomorrow. Charles was a couple of tenths off Lewis, wasn't he? So it's like Australia qualifying reversed in terms of the competitiveness between the two Ferrari drivers. So Lewis was a couple of tenths off Charles in main quali. So we'll see what happens in the sprint race, race pace wise, and then see what happens in full qualifying tomorrow. The Grand Prix on Sunday. How many of you got up early to watch everything this morning? I was up with Jude, but didn't have the chance to watch it live, so watched it on record on the way back. Watched it on record on my phone whilst I was at the co-op. Doing a quick morning shot whilst next mum took over childcare wise. Yeah, all good, thank you, David Inky. How are you, dude? Yeah, sprint race is like 3 AM or something silly tomorrow morning. But then full quali is like 7 AM, I think. So it's much more doable for a European audience.
Okay, test complete, and that was
just,
really
as the fuel went down, we just went quicker and quicker and quicker there.
Got a lot of valuable information out of that. Well done.
Oh yikes! Yeah, that's not the best, David Inky. Tyrewear's decent as well. That's good news. Quali pace, it will tell me I'm nowhere near, but that's fine. I don't even think I want to change the setup at all, to be honest. I might just leave it as it is. Car feels good.
Okay, don't worry about tyres, just give it everything. In this test, we just want to make sure we can lap close to our rival's pace.
My thumb's still a little sore from yesterday, to be honest. Nah, I've gone deep in there. That's ruined the whole lot. I have to sacrifice 2 and get the exit out of 3. What a surprise, I'm terrible in the 3rd sector in Mexico.
We didn't really get the data we needed on that run. You might want
Not a problem.
to give it another go.
Probably from about 2:30, Dom. I'm quite happy with the setup. I feel competitive, so I'm not going to bother swapping and changing. Now it's far too early to make predictions like that. Liam's just needs to get to grips with the car. Like, there are far more experienced drivers that have struggled with that second Red Bull. So, plenty of time for Liam to bed in. They're not going to make a rash decision, I don't think. Not this soon. Even for Red Bull, I think they'll show a bit more patience. Tire temps in sector 2, yeah. Tire temps have been an issue all year, especially on controller. So I turned surface temps off, or carcass temps off. I think carcass temps. We turned carcass temps off, so the car is always in the right spot, temperature-wise, with the tyres. Right, finally we've made it over 10,000 points now. We are flying, actually close to 11,000 now, and the car feels decent. I'm really happy with the setup. It's not, I'm running more downforce, but it means my tyre wear is better, and hopefully we can deal with everything in the first sector with just a bit of good battery management. That's the plan and aim, to try and cope with everything that will get thrown at us in a straight line. Basically, we're going to need to have as fast a car as possible in a straight line, whilst managing tyre wear and ensuring that we're not super slow through the third sector either, or through the middle sector, sorry. So the car feels good, but whether it's quick on, it might be quick on a single lap, whether it's quick on race pace, I'm not sure. Well, we'll have to wait and see, but most important thing is the balance feels good. I'm happy in the car. I feel like I can push it to the limit. Just a case of whether the limit is fast enough. But half the battle is done. Now we've just got to go and make sure that we can get the rest of it done. Be curious to see what the first lap times are. We did the quali pace program in practice and did a 13.3, which would have me actually only about 6th or 7th at the minute. So we'll wait and see. Hopefully the track has improved a little bit since first practice, which I'm sure it will have. The track will have ramped up a little bit as the weekend goes on with track evolution. So we should be able to aim for a very low 13 here, and hopefully that will get us through to Q2 quite comfortably. Ace your plan. Let's put that plan into action.
All clear the garage, please. Car's ready to leave.
My thumb's still actually really sore from yesterday. Hello, Mr. Haas. Go on, Checo, in your home Grand Prix, off you pop.
We've dropped to P20.
Fuck's sake. Stupid AI. There's a bit more of a gap between Charles, I think. No, there's not really. Max is pushing on his outlet. So is Ollie Behrman. Come on, Lance, here you go. Why would you just drive into me, you absolute fucking moron? Is there anything more Lance Stroll than that? Fucking idiot. Come on in. Quali lap for Q1. Race actually went quite well yesterday, Tom. P4 for us. P10 for Charles. P11 for Lando. (13.3) in practice, a 12.8 in quali. So half a second found with the track evolution. P6 in Q1. Through comfortably to the next session. Perfect. I don't think there's any shock exits there. I'm pretty sure everybody that should have gotten through did get through. George with a 12.5. At the bottom end, both Saubers. Carlos Sainz maybe a bit of a surprise, but the Haas isn't a great car anymore. Ollie Behrman, yeah, that's as you would have expected it. All right, Q2. Bum bum bada bum 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 bum. Don't know whether to do a banker lap or not. I don't think I will. We didn't do banker laps in Kota, and that served us well actually, so we won't do banker laps here either. Gonna need to go a bit quicker. Maybe. As long as we can replicate that 12.8, we should be okay, I think.
Okay, engines fired up. We're
Qualified
set.
7th at Belgium. Nice one, Curtis. Yeah, we finished 4th yesterday. And Koto in the main race. Number of drivers not going out again. A lot of drivers not going out again, which is intriguing.
We've dropped to P15.
Morning, lads. A little bit wide through there.
Right, that's us pushed down into P15.
Yeah, I think this might be quicker. It is, by 4/10. A 1:12.4 is good enough for first place in Q2. Felt like a better lap. There was one mistake in there that might have cost me half a tenth maybe, but that was close to as good as we're going to get around here, if I'm completely honest. And it was a tenth faster than Lando. Handful of drivers only went out once. George didn't go out a second time. Lewis, Max, Charles, Alonso and Piastri all only went out for an early run. I did my run at the very end to get the best of the track conditions. Sergio Perez gets through at his home Grand Prix, but both RBs, the other Williams, the other Alpine and the first of the Red Bulls are eliminated. If that's how Q3 looks, then we'll very much take that. Spoiler alert, it's not going to look like that. I do like the Mexican track, actually, yeah. We'll do one run again. I don't think I'm going to beat that 12.4, to be honest. I'm going to say that we'll do a 12.6 or 7 here, I think. George has done a 12.3, so he's gone even faster yet still.
Okay, guys, everyone be aware, the car's ready to go.
Yeah, bud. 71 laps is the Mexican Grand Prix. 71. Perez staying in the garage. Hello. Trying to take as little out of the tyres as possible on the outlet. Yeah, I'm on in. Little slow, but decent enough traction. Still a purple first sector. That wasn't ideal again. That was a good start to the second sector though. And keep it going. We know George has done a 1:12.3. Max has just done a 1:12.2 as we come through the stadium section. I'm not looking at that. I'm concentrating on where I'm putting the car. Short run to the line and wow, 1:12.121. That might be pole. It is indeed. P1. That was a banging lap. 1:12.111. Pole. P2 in Kota, pole in Mexico City by 66 milliseconds. Lando only 8th. Charles in 6th, Lando only 8th. A prime opportunity to put ourselves top of the driver's standings with 4 rounds to go. 5 rounds to go. This is the 6th to last round, 19 of 24. After this, we'll have Brazil, Portugal, Qatar, Las Vegas, and Abu Dhabi. But we are pole position for the Mexican Grand Prix. I can't do any better than that. Thanks for following Moonlit Lark. Welcome to the channel. We dropped Monaco for Portugal. Actually, we dropped Brazil for Portugal originally, and then raced at Monaco last season and the season before. This year we dropped Monaco and brought Brazil in. Tyre was decent, AD. Tyre was actually decent. About 8% better than expected. Cheers, Macbeth.
Back in the 60s, Mexico City would host the It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race.
No penalties expected, he says, as George Russell takes a penalty. It was a Mercedes front row lockout. It is not anymore. Please tell me it's only a 5 grid penalty for George. No, it's more than. Loris starts 8th, Charles starts 5th, and having a teammate buffer behind me is not a thing because he's taken a 10-place grid penalty and George will start 12th. Of course, we have to factor in the Constructors' Championship, which we're very much still a part of and leading now by about 6 points, I think, as we head into this race weekend. Thanks to a strong
We're still
Cota.
in with a chance of winning this title. We need you to push as hard as you can in the 5 remaining races.
Okay, it reckons it might be a 2-stop. I wonder if we could maybe make it a 1-stop. Would that be quicker? No. Considerably no. Let me try that again. About 5 seconds in it. To be fair, there's not much in that. All it takes is a couple of mistakes and you can make the difference up. I don't know whether this might be a 1-stop or a 2-stop, you know. I might check last year's footage to see what we did last season. Take a little bit of fuel out, but not much. And I tell you what, we'll start on the mediums, because presumably everybody's starting on the mediums. Yes, no surprise there. Every single car on the mediums. But whether some are doing a 1-stop or a 2-stop, I don't know. With our decent tyre wear, we could absolutely make the 1-stop work. That's going to be a tricky one. It's going to be what happens in the race that will determine our decision, I think. Right, let's give you guys a predicciones. But I will offer you, will we win? We're effectively asking, will we win? Yeah, I would imagine so, Wads. Depends what others are doing as well. Right, I'm going to have a quick toilet break, chat. And then we'll go zip, zip, zooming around this Mexican Grand Prix. And hopefully, BRB. Who's gone balls to the wall then this time? Let's have a look. Oh. One person counteracting it all again. Jordan. You are in the fucking money. Absolutely in the money. If I don't win this race. Jordan, the only one to say P2 or lower. Tom's put 250k in as well into the win. Adie's put 200 grand in the win. This might be the biggest individual payout, potentially, we've ever seen. Jordan, you might be about to earn all 564,000 points of those. Bottle. Simon, thank you for the follow, mate. Hope the sliders work for you, pal.
Ready? Steady? Zoom!
Oh yeah, I've got to lead them away, haven't I? Well, sorry about that. Whee! We're off. Jesus Christ, Max. Fucking hell.
Right, let's get the car up to temperature on this lap, please. We're learning the gears, so let's go through them all if you can. Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
Wait, did you take holiday, Baronimo, and then they shut the workplace down? Do you work at Heathrow by any chance? Lando qualified 6th. So, Lando qualified 7th, but starts 6th, I think. Oh no, qualified 8th, but starts 7th. Lando qualified 8th, but starts 7th because of George Russell's penalty. You do work at Heathrow.
Superb
Decent
parking.
parking.
Mate. Let's make sure we get the edge on the surrounding drivers
It
as
is
the lights go out.
such a long way to turn 1.
Okay, so that's the rest of the grid.
I am
forming up
going
now.
to get
Be
swamped.
patient
I'm going to
and
have to
watch
use
those lights.
all of my battery, I think, to get to turn 1 in as high a position as possible. Because there is going to be a lot of faster cars around me. I need to get off the line well. Which I think we did. I'm going to get that slipstream off Max. I'm going to need that slipstream off Max. There's a Ferrari next to me though. I can't go any further left. Or further right, sorry. I'm getting... Why are you driving into me, mate? Who was that? It was an Aston Martin. Lance Stroll doing Lance Stroll things. Just driving into the side of my car. I think he gets the swapper on. He goes left to go round me. And then just turns sharply right. And then left and has a little wiggle. And just drives into my side, the side of my car. Like he's got another foot or so of racetrack to his left. Right, well, we'll start that again. Need to get off the line well, because there are going to be a lot of cars around me that are quicker. I need to use all the battery I possibly can. And try and get that slipstream off Max as well. I can't go too much further right because there's cars there. Gonna have to come right to the left to try and get a good angle round turn 1. I tell you what, we've been really good on the brakes there. Max is still on my inside. He's still on my inside. That's P1 held. Whoa! All the way down to the line. Used so much battery to make sure we were able to do that. But because of the extra downforce we're running, that offered me the opportunity to just hang it around the outside and go deeper on the brakes. That was huge. That was a massive maintaining of first position there. No DRS for this first lap, obviously, so I'm going to have to use a lot of battery again. Down the straight every time. Max is going to be very, very, very interested in me, even just here. You can see the difference in straight line speed. So, I mean, we're very quick on a single lap, but in race pace, we might struggle a bit. But our tyre wear is better than everybody else's. So we can either match their strategy or elongate ourselves out and do a two-stop. I'm going to ask what they're doing behind, and we'll try and formulate a plan based off that. Is he doing one or two? Yep, they are one stopping.
1 minute 19.8.
Max is one stopping. That's what we expected. One stop's the way forward here. So lap 31 we were going to stop if we one stopped. That's going to be huge. I am surprised that Max is one stopping, because that Red Bull is probably so good in the middle sector with downforce that a two stop would probably earn him more time with just having fresher tyres the whole time. But he seems confident that they can do a one stop, and they're going to go for it. Really slow through this third sector. I really didn't save much battery that lap either. It's a much faster lap, but someone else behind me might go quicker yet still. They'll have DRS this time, and I'm going to run out of battery if I keep going. This is just going to be a simple overtake for Max. It's fine by me. Quite happy to sit for now. I fancy that if we're able to get out of DRS range with an undercut, then we'll have the pace potentially to just get away and stay in front. But I'm in the DRS position now. Let's find out what Piastri's doing as well then. Because if Max is one stopping but he's the outlier, yeah, so one stops for the McLaren as well. Okay. One stop for the Mazda 2. Intriguing. We probably match them, right? There's no point needlessly doing something alternative.
Watch out for understeer in the wake of the car ahead. Try to get past as quickly as you can. Push, push.
I'll have to ask chat at the time, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to also one stop. Uh, 104 Darko, or Durko, sorry. Piastri's having a look. It's fine. Saved a bit more battery that lap. My personal best lap of the race. Try and save a bit more battery too. Still very much one long train. Very wary of the fact that Max is braking earlier than me into turn 1 as well. We can go much deeper on the brakes because we're running more downforce. I don't know when they'll box for a one-stop though. I think the default for a one-stop was actually earlier than me.
Teammate behind, 3.8 seconds.
So we might end up overcutting slightly to then come through with better tyres, hopefully. Quite happy just sitting for now. We're just biding our time, probably for quite a few laps until our tyre wear starts to become better. In COTA, our tyre wear was worse than almost everybody else's, which meant we were the ones to lose time the longer the stint went on. Here, it's the reverse. I've better tyre wear than expected, and we should be the ones to gain the extra time as the stint goes on. Over the course of a season, it will ebb and flow. Things will be better for you at one track, worse for you at another, and over the course of a season it should all shake itself out so that everyone has a fair crack of the whip. But we've got a decent car this season. I feel more competitive in this Mercedes than I did in the Ferrari. And so far, so good here in Mexico. Very comfortable just sat behind Max right now. No concerns whatsoever about losing him or losing this DRS. Be quite happy to sit here for the whole stint, to be honest, but wait and see how it goes. It's gone defensive there unnecessarily. Don't want to get too elongated up. The train has split a bit behind towards the back. That's McLaren going very slowly. Lando is currently running 10th after starting 7th. George is up to 9th after starting 12th. No word of incidents, but Lando is quite a way back there and has dropped off the DRS. That's Piastri. Lando's battling with the Haas here, and they've fallen quite a way back. That is no DRS for the Haas. Lando with DRS, but having lost DRS on the front train, this is killing Lando's race. I believe he does take the position against the Haas here up the inside into turn 2. But the Haas might hold it. No, he's going to get the position there, Lando. But he's a long way down. Lando struggling again. Lando in 10th place only here. We've got all the luck in United States, and we might get more luck here in Mexico. Charles started 5th and is running 6th. As things stand, we not only go first in the championship, but we extend a decent lead too. Thank you for the follow, Tablet. Tempted to go for it here, you know. first position back again. Max is just losing a bit of pace. Can't risk just staying behind him. Try and take the position, and maybe, as he was compromised through the first sector, extend out of DRS range here. Which is what we've done. Won't maintain it through this third sector though, unfortunately. Max will be back within a second by the DRS zone, annoyingly. By the DRS detection point, should I say. Yeah, he's definitely... Has he got DRS? I don't know, you know. Using all my battery down the straight. I don't know whether he's got DRS or not. I've had to use all my battery that they're trying to extend. And he's actually closer than he was last lap, so we're not going to be able to break DRS and maintain the break of DRS, I don't think, unless Piastri has a go at him. I need them to start fighting behind. But I think my best bet now is to just save that battery back up, rather than constantly sit at low battery. We gave it a go, tried to brake, it didn't work, didn't quite have the legs. Might have to sacrifice first place again here. Just down the racing line though. Force him to make the overtake rather than make it easy for him.
Win that place back.
Yep, comfortable still. Still perfectly happy. Lando's starting to close the gap on George. Not worried about this attack from Piastri. Just completely ignoring it and concentrating on where my car's going. And aiming at the back of Max's.
Slowly gaining on the car in front. Try to keep up this momentum.
Yes, she's burning some battery here.
Okay, mate, it's Verstappen ahead.
No problem
We don't
there.
want to let this hold us up too long, so do your best to get past and get on with the race.
It's not really holding us up. Gonna be till lap 20 to overtake him. We could comfortably do it. And then just let him take it back again and drag us along with DRS. I think probably better being the second car, to be honest. Just looking after our tyres slightly rather than pushing, trying to keep them behind. Although being this close isn't going to do our tyres too much help in the dirty air, but tyre wear is absolutely fine so far. Tyres will be very worn by the end of the stint. I think they are going to box before our scheduled one-stop stop. I think we scheduled a one-stop around lap 31. I think they might stop about lap 27 or 8, to be honest. I wouldn't know whether just covering off their stop and boxing when they box or going long is the best thing to do, to be honest. Probably just covering off them, knowing that our tyre wear is probably going to be better. We have broken the gap behind, I've just noticed as well. Quite a gap behind now. 3 seconds plus from Piastri to Stroll, from 3rd to 4th, which is very beneficial for us as a trio. Lance Stroll battling with Charles Leclerc at the minute. It was Lewis Hamilton that was the furthest most Ferrari. And Stroll was 5th, I think, last time I remember seeing where Stroll was. So Lance Stroll making a position. And if they start battling or continue to battle as they have been, we're just going to disappear as a trio out front, which we are more than happy to do. George, I believe, is still.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 6.1
Ninth?
seconds. They're on fresh mediums. They're in 9th place.
Yeah, George still
and the
ninth.
time last lap, 1 minute 16.7.
We've got a bit out of position there. Lando's caught up as well. Leclerc has just taken Stroll for P4. And Lando has caught the back of that train, so he's in the points in P10 still, and the points have broken away from the non-point scorers. But crucially, Lando is at the back of that train, not near the front of it. So still very comfortable with what the championship is going to look like after this race, as it stands. I can even ask about the championship, I think. Championship
As
standings.
things stand, we'll be second in the championship.
That's a lie. As things stand, we will go first in the championship. As things stand now, we're second in the championship. Development plans we do use, Bob, but we don't have any coaches. Planned pit lap for me is 31, depending on what they do. Both Ferraris now... No, Stroll, yeah, no, both Ferraris now past Lance Stroll. And Leclerc in 4th has broken away as well from the train. Has a bit of a gap. Now we'll find out just how much pace is in that Ferrari. Can he close the gap to us three? Or is that gap going to continue to grow? don't think I've got DRS here, I don't. Too busy checking out what was happening with the Ferrari. So Oscar's going to get me here, but again, that's fine. Still perfectly comfortable with the gap to Max. Doesn't matter where we are in this trio, as long as we're in this trio. Still no concerns at all, even though we've dropped a couple of positions. Still fine. Great chance of a win today. It will give us the opportunity to ask about Charles
Leclerc behind.
and see if he's one stopping or two stopping.
Okay, they've done 15 laps on those tyres. We think they've got one more stop.
Yeah, everyone's one
Last
stopping.
lap time, 1:16.9. Gap to your teammate behind, 8.7 seconds.
Gaps of both Ferraris is growing as well.
Okay, you're within 1 second of the car ahead. Get ready to use DRS for the overtake.
Piastri's getting very close to Max now. If he gets a good exit here, he might have a go into turn 4. 3.5 tenths to gap. Nope, not close enough. Not close enough, that's fine. Eventually they might start to scrap, which will slow them both up. I need to ensure that as long as I don't lose much time to the Ferrari behind, then we're fine. We can't afford Charles joining this. Don't want the Ferrari to catch us up.
Battery charge
Hamilton is
high.
falling
Let's
even
use that
further behind
overtake
because they're
button.
still fighting. But we do have the pace on the Ferrari in 4th at the minute. Charles Leclerc is falling further behind as the laps go by. Morning, Jordan. Let's go and have a look, Piastri. He's having a look. Piastri going for the lead. It's going to slow them both up. And Piastri's through, and I'm going to get through on Max as well.
Hit the target well there. Nice one. It's a long way to go in this race though, so keep your head down.
Piastri into first, me into second, and Max loses 2 places in 1 straight. Oh, really slow away there, Piastri. I wonder if they're starting to struggle with their rear tyres a little bit more than I am. 22% and 20% for me. And we didn't lose much. Whoa, steady on. Oh, okay, my rear tyres are starting to struggle as well, evidently. We didn't lose too much time to Charles Leclerc there either.
Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position.
That was a little bit harem-scarum, wasn't it? Never mind. Back to third I go. Not a problem. We have the development rate on seniors on whatever stops them declining the fastest. I can't remember which one it is. Ads will be able to tell you. Ads, do you know what we had development for senior players? I think younger players was just normal. Senior players might have been set to quick. Or slow, I can't remember. I need to not look at chat and concentrate on what's happening in the race through this middle sector, don't I, really? It's the second lap in a row where I'm not really concentrated properly and it's cost me time. Come on, Ches. Fix up. Concentrate. Don't throw your race away trying to be a good streamer, be a good driver.
We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums.
No. Set it to fast to stop them declining, Bob, but it does only work properly if you use coaches, apparently. Thank you, Eds. Medium to hard on lap 31,
Okay,
unless
tenths per lap to the car ahead. They're just
others
edging away.
change.
Okay, so we're leading our teammate
Ish.
by 12.6 seconds. The Red Bull drivers just completed a pass for the lead.
that was better. No worries, Bob. Daniel Ricciardo's out. VSC. Okay,
down,
what's
slow
happened?
down.
What's happened to Daniel? Might just be that his engine's gone and he's blocking the road. Let's have a look. Daniel was in an Alpine, which is this one, I think. Oh yes, definitely this one. Not very good at pulling off the road, the AI, when they've got an issue, are they? Eventually, goes and bumps it into the wall and knocks his front wing off. If he hadn't knocked his front wing off, I might not have been a VSC. But he's gone and knocked his front wing off. So virtual safety car. I'm not going to box this early. It's way too early to box for the hards. Way too early to box for the hards. If it was a full safety car, I'd consider it, but One of the Hasses has taken the opportunity to box. That's not what I wanted. One of the Hasses is in the box. Sergio Perez is pit, but I'm not sure what he's going to go to. What did I get? Oh, track limits. Let's have a look and see if we can see from the Haas in the pit. What's he going to? I think that's the hard tyre. It's not quite. He's not quite far enough down the pit lane. Wonder if I... Can I go to... I can't go to camera here, can I? No, I can't go to free cam. I think he's going to the hard tyre. So, Perez boxing early, taking the opportunity, going to the hards. We'll see if that works for him. Sean, thank you for the subscription on YouTube, mate.
Virtual safety car is ending. Maintain your pace until we get the green flags. VSC ending. Wait for the greens.
We're off. Here we go again.
If you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do. Remember, box this lap. Keep
No.
an eye on your distance to the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. Gap to your teammate behind, 0.1 seconds. Okay, gap ahead, 1.7 seconds.
Number of drivers have boxed on a two-stop and have gone medium-medium. Lewis Hamilton included, actually. Lewis Hamilton and Fernando Alonso both boxed to go medium-medium. Checo did go to the hards, and he's the only one to go to the hard tyre. So either Sergio Perez is doing a very early one-stop, or he's doing a medium-hard-soft or a medium-hard-medium two-stop. Not sure which one would be most beneficial for him, to be honest. But we currently are P3. A couple of seconds behind those in front now as my tyres are going. I made a couple of mistakes. We'll see if any of the others box this lap as well, if they're on a two-stopper. If not, then everyone else behind us is on a one-stop. As soon as they start to fight in front, we'll close them up again, but I made a couple of silly mistakes. Lost traction a few times. George is in. So Russell is on a two-stop. Teammate on a two-stop.
George is in the pits. He's in the pits now. ahead is a second a lap faster than you.
We are losing time right now. Piastri's going for it on Verstappen. I am struggling with my rear tyres here. They're still side by side.
Okay, mate. Right, we've got some clear track in front of us, so let's
might-
make best use
I
of
might
it and
pit.
make the next lap a quick one. You got this.
I might pit 28. I might pit 28. I think they might be pitting this lap, maybe. If they do, I'll follow them. If they don't, then I think I'll box 28 to go to the hard tyre to the end.
Okay, pit in this lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach.
No, they're not in.
Yeah, really good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, though.
Battling again into turn one.
On you by 5/10 a lap.
5/10. Alright, Charlie. Chill, mate. The way they keep fighting is just bringing us back towards them. And Charles is showing some good pace and good tyre wear at the minute. I think Fernando Alonso puts in the fastest lap of the race. Now one more, 28.
And gap to the car in front, 2.0 seconds.
Going for it again. It's just going to gain us more time on them. I'm going to box this lap for hard tyres.
Okay, we can take you this lap.
Going to come out in 6th, apparently. There we go. In the box. Hard tyres, please.
Okay, off
Good
we
stop.
go. Back into the race. That was a
Great stop.
fantastic stop. Faster than we were expecting.
Yep. Going to come out behind Alonso, behind Albon, but ahead of Alonso.
Okay, one stop to go. Just one stop left in this strategy.
Right. Can we bang in some decent lap times? Alonso on mediums behind is going to close. They put me on mediums. I didn't change the fucking strategy, did I? I didn't change the tyres on the thingy. Fuck my life. I wanted to put hards on. I've just cost myself the race. We selected by default the 2-stop. I wanted to go to the hards, but forgot to change on my MFD from mediums to hards. Just cost myself the race, I think. Unless there's now a unless there's now a late safety car, and I can get a cheap stop in. I might have just screwed myself out of a win.
Okay, this is not your true position. They haven't pitted yet, so don't waste time fighting them. They're going to be coming in soon.
Shit.
Okay, this isn't your true position. They haven't pitted yet, so don't waste time fighting. Bring your tyres in gently, and let's go for it. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 9.9 seconds.
So I could medium soft from here. I don't know how long the softs would last. That's the thing. We'll see how long these mediums last at a decent pace. Oh, bugger.
Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 2.8 seconds.
Right, I'm going to box about lap 50, I think, then. We can either box between 45 and 50 and go to the hards, or we can try and push these mediums to lap 55-ish and then go softs. Losing time now behind the Williams.
Got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use.
My saving grace at the minute is the fact that Verstappen and Piastri are still fighting. They're still scrapping. Oh, I'm so annoyed. Previously, the two-stop was 23 laps and 23 laps, so we've only extended the first medium stint by 5 laps. We've not massively screwed ourselves over compared to the other strategy, but it's just not ideal. When I think the one stop was probably the way forward. Piastri's in, Max continues. They're boxing a lap later than I would have off the other strategy had we done it as per the previous
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
pre-race strategy screen. So they're all going to the hards now. What I need to do now is try and extend as best as I can on these mediums and open the gap between myself and Piastri. It is perhaps a blessing that Piastri's come out right with Alonso and co, so they might start to fight. And the fact that Max has done an extra lap means that he's going to come out in that group as well. So they're going to get stuck in traffic. I haven't been stuck in traffic. We could maybe still make this two-stop work.
The car behind you's just come in for the hard tyres. Car behind running hard.
But we're going to have
tyres.
to absolutely nail this stint. Max is in.
ERS is low, ERS is low. Consider changing mode on your MFD or lift a little with gentle braking into corners to recharge it.
So we're back into the lead of the Grand Prix. Max Verstappen has come out in between Alonso and Piastri somehow. And the three of them are now scrapping. Alonso is on the medium tyre though, so he may pull away from them. Or, alternatively, he might well just drag them away, drag them towards me, which is not ideal. Fernando, the gap to him is under 4 seconds now. The moment these medium tyres start to go off, I'm boxing for hards. And I'm praying that that group just fight. I think the race strategy tyre wear program is a little bit misleading because at the minute everyone else's tyre wear is just as good as mine, if not maybe slightly better. So whilst ours is better than expected, everyone else's is more so better than expected, which is quite misleading with the practice program, but it is what it is. All we can do is drive as fast as possible between now and the end and hope that when we get to the end, we're still on the podium. Still helps that Charles Leclerc is in 7th currently and Lando further back still. So we're still going to gain points on the two of them. But I don't think it's going to be by as many points as it could have been had we not made that mistake in the pits. I think we boxed 44. Box 44 for hards. 44 for hards is the plan, because we just quite simply don't know how long the softs are going to last. So that's a gamble I don't want to take. Formula Yoshi and Larwin, thank you very much for the follows, guys. Jude's up.
Gap to your teammate behind, 9.4 seconds. Verstappen behind you now. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Okay, they've got 4 laps on their tyres. Time last lap, 1 minute 15.9. Green flag.
It's George. George is either spun or he's out. I think George has spun. Oh, teammate. Let's have a look. Oh, he's caught the... Yeah, he's caught the curb. He's managed to keep it out of the wall, miraculously. But George, as he comes through here, I think he just catches... He just catches the sausage curb, does he? On the way in on the front tyre there, yeah. And then with the rear as well, it just unsettles the car and round it goes. How did that look from the TV camera? Russell comes through and... Whee! He's done really well to keep that out of the wall. No VSC at the moment. Is he going to have to reverse from there? What's he doing? He's just tweaking his steering wheel. I'm not sure George knows what he's going to do from there. There goes any Constructors' Championship points from him. Anyway, that's George's race ruined.
Safety car, safety car.
Safety
No
car.
overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta
Of course,
number
the safety
positive
car.
as we form up.
If I was closer to the pits, that'd have been
Understood.
banging.
Stopping this lap.
Not closer to the pits. And it's going to cost me. I'm going to get a cheaper stop. But not as cheap a stop as I might need. We'll come out maybe 5th. Because I think the medium runners will probably box for hards here as well. If they don't, they're idiots.
Right, drop your speed. Our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty.
okay.
Slow your pace immediately.
I'm going to come darting into the pits then. Well, onto the hard tyre. We will not be leading the race when we come out. But we're going to lose less time than we would have done through a regular stop. He says as the front right takes forever to come off. Yeah, medium runners are in as well.
Okay, there seems to have been a
So
problem
Charles going to go
moving
through
right
on
front
his
wheel.
hards, and we're going to
Try
come
and
out
put that behind us.
4th here.
Let's finish this race as strong as possible.
Well, everyone is on the same tyre till the end from here then. The race has been neutralised,
No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go.
and we now have a little tyre advantage over the 3 in front of us. But the way they were fighting, we were extending our gap a little bit there. George has... Well, we scuppered our own race, but it was recoverable. Now George has changed that once more. George has dropped out entirely. Has he retired? Might have been disqualified, to be honest. Parked in a dangerous location. George Russell disqualified. He didn't get going again. Didn't know whether to reverse or drive forwards. And as a result, bingo! Black flag DSQ'd. He didn't move. Well done, George.
Race.
Well, Charles is in front of me. Lando is currently P10. So as it stands, we will take the lead of the championship again. But Charles will close on me a little bit. But it has brought the front 2 back towards us. Front 3 back towards us. Which we would have had to have tried to close up earlier in the race anyway. Or later in the race, sorry, anyway. So I don't know whether this is a blessing in disguise for us personally, but obviously for the team it's a bit of a killer. But we need to make the most of this now. A win is right there. An error-free pit stop would have helped, but if ever there was going to be an error-ridden pit stop, that was the time to have it, not in the other one. So we haven't lost any positions because of it. We would have come out behind Charles anyway, so ultimately I'm not that fussed about that particular dead pit stop.
second separates you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are
6
6 laps
laps.
old. And the time last lap...
6 lap tyre advantage isn't going to be much.
27.9.
Especially if our tyre wear is slightly higher than theirs. Don't know where we'll finish now. We'll go for the win still, obviously. To be fair, from the safety car restart, it's probably best to not be first, because I can at least get slipstream on the cars in front. If they hurry up at the back, we might be able to get racing next lap. It might be lap 42 though. We have a set of brand new softs to go to later if needs be, and those part used medium tyres also if needs be.
Safety car
There you
in
go,
this
safety
lap.
car is
Safety
in this
car
lap.
in this lap.
We will be
Let's
racing
make sure
again
those
from
tyres
lap
are up to
41
temperature.
onwards.
Remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags.
No worries about fuel now. Max is the default safety car. As soon as he guns it, we gun it with him. He's not gone yet. He's still not gone. We get the car as straight as possible. And he's gone now. Timed it well.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of it. Okay, clear.
I'm going to go around the outside of Leclerc here to try and take P3. It's just what we've been able to do. I might try and take P2 off Max here as well, stay in Piastri slipstream. Fantastic restart for us. Max is going to have the inside line here. We'll give him racing room. We've got better traction. That's P2. Well, we made the most of that, haven't we?
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. Catching the car ahead, well done, but be aware these tyres need to get us to the end of this race. Okay, mate, we're not using as much fuel as we need to, so let's burn through some more now so that we're not too heavy at the end of the race.
Thanks for the lead, Oscar. Bye. It's probably not bye. He's going to have the pace to stick with me. But when he went defensive, I wasn't just going to lose time behind him for the sake of it and sit behind him. Going to take the position. Fastest lap of the race.
That's a new fastest lap of the race.
To use all my battery here. Got to drive perfectly this lap. Got to drive perfectly this lap. They're battling behind. It's huge. A lot of wheel spin there. Cost themselves a huge amount of time fighting each other. Operation Win the Mexican Grand Prix is well underway again. Leclerc is now P3. Piastri's dropped to 4th. I'm entirely sure where Lando is at the minute. Still 10th, I think. Yeah, Lando's still 10th. Yuki P8, Alex Albon P9 in the Williams. My teammate, not racing anymore. Leclerc takes P2. They're fighting! They're fighting! Bye! If they keep that up for another 10 laps or so, we've got the race in the bag. That safety car restart might well have just completely saved our race and potentially helped win us the championship longer term. Charles Leclerc is out of DRS range of Verstappen and Piastri right now. That's a bit worrisome. Charles will be quicker than me. Maybe damage from Max or Oscar. Let's have a look. No damage. They're still side by side. Oscar's had DRS on Max, or Max has had DRS on Oscar, one of the two, and they're just scrapping all the way through the stadium section, still side by side. I did wonder why the gap had opened up to 6 seconds. They're still fighting onto the straight. I don't believe there's any damage there, but Piastri now might lose about 3 positions, I think. Oh no, Piastri does have some damage to his left front end plate, as you can see there. Little bit of damage on the end plate. Max's front wing is intact. Oscar Piastri is going to sink like a stone here. Sorry, Oscar. Yeah, Lance Stroll came through from P5 to take P3 there.
Okay, really good. You hit that target nicely. There's a long way to go in this race, so let's keep it clean.
.3 to Charles. .5 to Charles. 0.2 a lap faster at the minute, or at least on that lap anyway. I don't mind the new European format. I think I preferred the group stages, to be honest, Nicholas. We remain about 0.2 of a second faster than Charles at the moment. But as the stint goes on, he will become quicker. Appreciate it, Nicholas. Thank you for the support, mate. Another Journeyman video went live about an hour ago on the second channel. Curious to know when the crossover will come where his tyres become better than mine. We have a 6-lap tyre advantage in terms of life, but in terms of wear, there will come a point where mine are more worn than his. Max has pulled away from Piastri, who is, despite the damage, able to hold Lance Stroll at bay at the moment, and just has a giant train behind him. A minute we're still gapping Leclerc by about 2 to 3 tenths a lap. But that will switch probably around about lap 60 to 62. And Charles will have the better tyre then. I don't think we keep extending the gap until the end of the race. I think it plateaus and then swings back in his favour. Max is only another 4 seconds down the road as well. Bit of 15.6. Wait and see what Charles did that lap.
Leclerc is behind you. Okay, they're on fresh hards. Their tyres are 20 laps old. Your last lap time,
15.9.
1 minute 15.9.
3 tenths. His laps are 20 laps old. Ours are 13? 14 maybe? Charles is really struggling. He's just made a big mistake. Charles just made a big mistake. We just gained like 4 tenths on him. Don't know where the mistake was, but the gap opened up. I'll take it. The gap to Max didn't really open, but gap to Charles did. A bit of wheel spin maybe. We've done a variation of things over the years, Nicholas. I think for FC26, I'm going to have both FC saves on the same channel again. And maybe for FM we'll do the same. But I think FM will stay on the second channel with F1, but I think the experiment of trying to grow the second channel with putting an extra FC save on there isn't working as a business decision. So we'll run 2 saves on the main channel for FC26. I could put everything on the same channel, I don't think it would work. Could even put F1 on the main channel, but I just don't think it would work. We did have F1 on the main channel back in the day. I don't know. Gold machine. I know, I get the thinking for sure. I have to consider the algorithm as well, though. Like, if obviously Football Manager stuff on the main channel wouldn't do anywhere near as well as it would as the FC stuff, and as a result it would negatively affect the FC stuff with the algorithm, which is why stuff started going on a second channel in the first place. Lap times are so consistent right now, it feels like. Yeah, look at that. Wow. Lap times are super consistent. 15.6, 6, 5, 7, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6. Couple of dodgy ones there. 15.6, 15.7. 14.6 out of nowhere. 15.8. And then that was done to the safety car. We are as consistent as I may well have ever been in the last 10 laps. That's actually pretty ridiculous. I don't think I've ever done that. From a 15.555 to a 15.734 over the past 10 laps. That is AI levels of consistency. Just going to have a quick toilet break, chat, and then we'll finish the race. I shall be back in a second. Blue Ribbons are underrated, I agree. They're not great, but they're not as bad as some make out. Not enough chocolate, Jamie. Oh, 15-7. God damn it. There goes the consistency. Afternoon, Jeffrey. The gap between Leclerc and Verstappen has closed from 4 seconds to 2. I think Leclerc's just not as good on his, not as kind to his tyres as Max is in the Red Bull. Gap to Max has grown by 1 second in the same time that the gap to Charles has grown by 3. Piastri has now lost out to P4, but to Alonso, not Stroll, who still sits P5, now behind his teammate, rather than the Australian. Still all going swimmingly for us out front, though, as we cross the line, 13 laps to go. 7.5 seconds to gap, 1.6, another 15.6. 1.6 seconds the gap between Charles and Max. Verstappen is gunning for P2. Which is good news for us, because it's more points taken away from Charles in the Constructors' Championship. If Max keeps this up, then that would mean that Charles only gets 15, not 18. And in the minute, provided none of those that have boxed at the back take my fastest lap point away from me, which they might do, we should get 26 points here. In 7. .3 seconds to Leclerc to Max. 15.8. Boo. Max is within DRS, I believe, of Charles Leclerc. Charlie's P2 is under threat now. We have 11 laps to go. We noticed in practice that as the fuel fell off, the lap times got quicker and quicker. The weight of the cars with the fuel, as it goes down, actually increases lap time faster than lap time goes the other way with tyre wear. So even though the tyres are getting more and more worn, the lap times are either getting faster and faster or at least very much the same. Max is surely going to make a move for P2 at the end of the straight here. Keep an eye on the minimap. Keep an eye on the deltas. That's Max Verstappen into second place. He'll get DRS here as well because you get a double helping. If you get DRS down the main straight, you get DRS down this mini straight too. Max is going to open up that gap. The gap to Max before he took Charles was still growing, albeit ever so slightly less than the gap to Charles. Max might now have better tyres than me. The gap to Max might come down between now and the end of the race, but at the minute we are very happy with the situation. Max is going to have to close us by nearly a second a lap if he's to stand a chance of winning this Grand Prix. Charles down to third is wonderful. He's not going to fall any further than that. Lando currently is for 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th. Lando's currently 9th, so only picking up 2 points, I believe, Lando Norris, as it currently stands. Which is, again, phenomenal for our World Championship. The past 2 races have been potentially championship deciding. They've been that dramatic and that influential. Even just George Russell binning it, getting disqualified and causing a safety car might have been championship deciding, because we certainly wouldn't have been in this position with the mistake in the first pit stop without that safety car. Inadvertently, thank you, George. Oh yikes, that sounds painful AF, Jamie. Ollie Behrman's out. The Red Bull presumably having a failure of some description. Where is it? Yep, there he is. Going pop. He does. Is he? Yes, he is going to pull off the track next to the marshal's post there with the red square. Alright, that shouldn't cause any sort of safety car, thankfully. If it did, I might have been tempted to box for a set of softs, to be honest. With the gap behind as it is, and the gap to Piastri as it is, if there was a safety car, brand new softs would be going on this Mercedes, I'll tell you that much for free. To be fair, I think everybody might well have done the same. Gap to Max is coming down. 7.3 now,
Yellow flag.
but it's not come down by enough to have him close us before the end of the race. But Max is certainly very quick at the minute.
Green flag.
Did I have a bad lap? I had a bad lap. 16.1. Okay. That will have contributed to it. Concentrate. Get back in the 15.6s if we can. Yes, just trying to fight his way back through. Tackling with Alonso. Right, was that a better lap? Yes. This is the most consistent driving I think I've ever done in the history of ever. Everything between a 15.5 and a 15.8 for 20 laps. So consistent. So unlike me. 6 laps to go.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
15.4, go on, man. Actually closing on a Sauber here. So Guan Yu. There's another yellow flag in that final sector. I think an RB might be slowing. Yuki Tsunoda is out of the race. His engine has gone bang in exactly the same place as Ollie Behrman. And Leclerc and Verstappen are fighting it out again. Leclerc wants that P2 back again. He's just absolutely guaranteeing, as if it wasn't already in the bag, that we are going to win this Grand Prix. Made pretty much entirely by George causing the safety car, but ultimately that safety car restart was pretty special too. My best safety car restart of all time. From 4th to 1st, well, 4th to 2nd in the first lap,
Caution, caution.
and then from 4th to 1st over the course of a couple of laps. Really pleased with that. Thanks, Yuki. See you, Yuki. Sorry, Yuki. Bye, Yuki.
Okay, clear.
Leclerc has P2 back again. 15.7. Crashgate 2025. Maybe. Maybe, Bob. We'll mention that in the outro. Thank you, Joe. Yeah. Everyone that panicked that they'd lost their points for betting on the win. Very happy right now. Looking at you, Mike.
This is why I never gamble.
Well, maybe. We should have a flutter this weekend. Coming round then to start the final lap. This 2027
Final lap of the race.
27 Mexican Grand Prix. We are going to, provided I don't put it in a wall in the next minute and a half, we are going to win this Mexican Grand Prix. There have been accusations in live chat of Crashgate 2025. Those of you that remember Singapore 2008 with Piquet Jr. and Fernando Alonso will know exactly what we're referencing there. Some saying that George Russell crashed on purpose to cause the safety car to help give me the chance of a win. Charles Leclerc has taken Max Verstappen back on this final lap, sorry. And it looks like Charlie might just get the P2 that he hoped he would do once they took Piastri. Half a second now the gap with just this one DRS zone to go. Max has made it, or someone has made an overtake. I think it might well have been Max on Piastri at this part of the circuit. So it's not over yet for P2, but Max is behind as they enter the stadium section. My fuel light is flashing at me, but we got plenty to go.
Nice one. Very lovely drive. On to the next one.
P111.
Amazing. You deserved that race win.
Get in.
Well done, mate.
That is one of the best wins of our career. That is one of the best wins I've ever put together on any F1 game. The dominance in that final stint was so good on the hard tyre, considering on the medium tyre, we were nowhere really once we got to the latter stages of the stint. They only had 6 lap older tyres than me, but that was enough to make the difference. George Russell crashing. It's given me 26 points. Charles Leclerc gets 18, so the gap over him only grows by 6. But the gap over Lando, got a 20-point advantage here. And after being 4 points behind, it will mean that we lead the World Championship by 16 points heading into the next round. I am now 93 rated. There we go, up to 93. Influence still 51% to 49 with the recognition over George Russell. As we head to the next round in Brazil, where the AI are stonking quick. There may be the potential of lowering the difficulty in Brazil. They're that fast. That's what we had to do in Season 1, which is why we haven't raced at Brazil since Season 1. But we head to Sao Paulo next time out. And to confirm, your championship leader by 16 points. We are 6 points clear of Ferrari as well. I've just managed to, on my own, thank you, George, keep ourselves above Ferrari in the Constructors, but that's very, very close indeed. And Charles is now only 5 points behind Lando Norris. Lando could drop to 3rd. He's results recently have been diabolical. 6th, 5th, 11th and 7th, whereas Charles only had the one dodgy result. Outside of that, he's been either winning or standing just below me on the podium. 2 wins in the last 3 races for us, 2 fastest laps to go with as well, with 5 rounds to go. Brazil the next one. It could be anyone's game for this championship still. We know we're strong in Vegas. We know we're strong in Qatar. But are we going to be strong enough over the remainder of the season to hold on to that championship lead? We know we're not strong in Brazil. We know we're not strong in Portimao in Portugal. But can we be strong enough to maintain enough of a lead to try and keep it when it comes to what's this sprint race as well? Oh, God. Plenty of laps to come around Brazil. And some tricky weather there too. I've got a couple of accolades, but I can't see definitively the weather. We know for sure, though, that the race, so zoom out here, you can see, is fully dry. There is inclement weather in practice, inclement weather in the sprint and in qualifying, but we have ourselves a fully dry sprint quali and a fully dry race. So we'll wait and see how things pan out over the course of the Brazilian Grand Prix weekend. But things couldn't have gone better for us over the last 2 Grand Prix, could they? We thought we had all of our luck in the United States. Turns out there was a little bit left over to come to Mexico with us. A dub. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Do drop the video a like if you've enjoyed. Make sure you subscribe to the channel to make sure you don't miss out on any more. You're not going to want to miss this run-in. I'll see you next time. Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable, Jeff. Let's choose the prediction outcome. P1. Sorry, George. Huge. Let's get a thumbnail, shall we? That's tutorials, Jess. Well done. From 20k to 293k in a week. GG. I wonder what Tom's on now. To be fair, through there's probably not a bad shot. Unbelievable, Jeff. Unbelievable, Jeff. $856k for Tom. That's outrageous. We get my Mexico City trophy. Right. I'm going to go and grab some lunch quickly. The stream will go offline for a couple of minutes. And then we will be back for the Realistic RTG season finale, Chasing the Playoffs. So you're not going to want to miss it. You're definitely going to want to stick around. So go and check your cupboards for a snack. Go and grab a drink. Come back and join me in 2 to 5 minutes, and we will try and have just as fortunate a finish in the RTG as we just had in that Grand Prix.